Here's the other one. Come on. Oh, how do you get on my toe like that all the time? Hey? Okay, so what we got here, there's the other one. Let's go spend some time with them on the bench. Let me see. What's this freaking camera? The tripod is getting old. This won't stick. Oh yeah, let's do this. Hey boys. Now one's missing. Hello. Can I play with this with you without getting bit? Come on. Come on. And so those teeth of yours out. Yeah, I'm almost healed up. Where is it? Okay. There we go. We used to give them bones, antlers, all kinds of stuff out here. And except for the bones, which they would bury over there, and then they would dig them up a couple of months later. The things were covered in dirt. The marrow was rotting inside, and they were in love. So we quit giving them the bones because we read a thing where sometimes the bottom jaw can get caught inside a bone. So not only that, they could take a freaking big knuckle bone off of a cow, which is like this, and they could eat it right down to nothing. They just keep working at it. Also, there was a killer trying to get them in the house at night. Because if they want to be out there chewing, that's what they were going to do. So you'd have to lure them in, but it was a hard job. There he goes. I'll never get it back. There. There. Also, we gave them a deer antler, and it was this like this. And the base of the antler was like that. I have a piece of a tine, out of the whole thing, a piece of tine, that long, and I have a little bit of the bottom where the little bumps are going around it after you saw it off. I got a little tiny piece of that, and they ate the whole thing. Moose antler. That didn't last very long out here either. I thought these things, were pretty strong. So I don't give them any of that. We don't give them any rawhide anymore because, of course, if you look it up on YouTube, how they make these rawhides for the dogs, they're made with toxic chemicals, they use artificial flavoring, color, all kinds of crap. and somehow they separate the one side of the hide so they can get nice leather, and then whatever else is taken off, that's what they dry and roll up to make a rawhide. So that's just something we don't do anymore. They don't want to have any vet bills on that behalf either. Now there was a gentleman yesterday asked me if we would like, or to find a home. I gotta make sure I get that right. He has a peer that's 2-year-old that he rescued from some sick people. Well, we got 3 boys here, and they're not fixed, and it's hard to say whether they would accept another one. But I got to go on a trip here shortly, and my wife don't need any extra. At this point in time, we're not really considering another dog, because if the dog lasts 10 years, I'll be in my 80s, and these guys are getting hard enough as it is. Just setting the ramp up to get the dog in so I don't have to pick them up, that's a big job. And this area that we got fenced in here is kind of like their home away from home, you know. They spend quite a bit of time out here, and then they spend a lot of time in the house. We usually bring them in between 10 o'clock at night and midnight, and they're out between 6 and 8. Depends upon what time I get up, or my wife. So we don't want to upset the apple cart here. Now, where the hell did they go? Come here, Bear. Where's Bear? Come on, Bear. Come see Dad. Come on. Come on. Go on. Oh, here's the other one. Hey, you want to go home? Who wants to go home? Up, up. Out of the way. It's okay. Just stay right there. Hey, hi. There's nothing there. Boy, hey? You were licking my neck. Oh, you did pretty good. What's going on here? Hi, here. Hey? We're gonna go get some ice. You like that, don't you? Pretty soon their coat's gonna come in. They're still shedding. This guy's good. That guy's good. The other guy, no. We have to take him to the groomer, and she has a way of doing it, and she's magic. Then, in a few minutes, I'm going to go in and put some boots on and head up, and we'll pick some blackberries. I was thinking about that yesterday. What? Who's in? Breathing in? I mowed back here yesterday. Oh, there it is. That's the end of the... Come here, Ice. Ice, 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 come here. Ice, come see Dad. Come on, up. Yeah. Gotta keep watching for hot spots on these guys. And this guy always has to be. sometimes when I go in, what's going on down there? Things have calmed down here quite a bit. Now that ice is the leader of the pack, right? You got on your face. What are you guys tuning me there, huh? I don't know. It's too bad you can't see it. You have to feel it, but the end of his tail's like this. It got broken somehow. Somebody stepped on it, or puppy stepped on it, the mother stepped on it, it caught in the door. Who knows? These guys are pretty well combed. Except for the storm, of course. Is there a bee stuck in there? Let's see how long this one. That's sorry. Get all that dead hair out of there. Okay. Turn. Nice turn. Turn. Turn around. That's a boy. Hey there. Oh, 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 oh. He's just too lazy. Where's the other two? Alrighty. You probably won't be able to see him on the camera, but there is 1, 2, 3 ravens down at the end of the field down there. And the other day after he picked the bales up, there was at least 5 coyotes down to the end of there, and a whole bunch more went in over here. So there is a lot of coyotes out there. They should be picked off, to tell you the truth. You hardly ever see any game birds. They're pretty hard on the deer population. Even a baby moose, they won't think twice about getting him. And I mowed a small patch down there. I got to widen that a bit. But yesterday I went and got, I think it was $70 worth of premium gasoline for the mower. And my tank was empty, so I filled up half of it, or half of the jug was missing already. So it cost, oh, the math, 35, half of 35, 17 bucks to mow the side hill over there in this backyard. Now, I don't know what you, now what? How'd you get back here? What's there? Bear, what is it? You see the coyote? Where's the deer? Now the other guy, they were howling a little while ago. If the coyotes start howling, these guys howl. And I tell you, when you're in the bedroom and these guys start howling, it's pretty loud. Even your fingers in your ears doesn't quiet it down. Like a freaking siren. We used to sleep with them. And I'll tell you the little story about this before I go. Storm was our first dog. We didn't have that fence down there. And by the time he was about 4 or 5 months old, we'd just let him outside the door. And he wouldn't go very far. But then that changed one day. And you would see him down at the end of that field, coming out of the woods after he'd been barking. You're trying to get him home. Well, if you were lucky enough to be able to drive down there, you couldn't do that when the snow come. You would go down there, open the back of the hatch on the Jeep up, and he would jump in. Then you get him up to the house, you would hook a leash onto his collar. And we don't wear collars on these dogs either, because if another dog's, when they're playing, they're usually grabbing around their necks, if not their ankles. And what happens is the lower jaw gets caught up into the collar, so we don't wear that. We have a harness that we put on, but the harness is a pain in the ass to walk them, because these guys can pull pretty hard. Now, old Storm there, he pulled a deer carcass home, just the bones, the skeleton, from down there, and he put it up on a snowdrift outside where I put all the snow from the driveway. I just kept piling it in one place. It must have been about 12 feet high. He drug it up there. I wanted to get him home, and I had to go put snowshoes on so I could climb up there. What'd the bugger do? He jumped down and took off. And recently, Storm, my son had to go down and fix it. He dug his way underneath this fence. This fence, although it does kind of look rickety, is buried about a foot in the ground. Man, I almost got stuck here yesterday, so I'm going to have to get the weed whacker out for that. But, what is it, Bear? Oh, gotta find a place to pee maybe. They pee at the bottom of the hill. What are you doing, Bear? Eating grass. Yeah, I got just about didn't make it out. I got their mower in there yesterday. But I did discover something. Usually, if you ever watch me mow this place, I go up the middle, and then I go back and forth and blow all the debris off into the bush. Well, yesterday I didn't do that. I went and got the mulcher put on the side on the chute, and I ended up with this instead. And it does look a little cleaner. Well, the other one does cleaner, but there's so much grass out in the front that it's just like, it's just like cut hay. There's all these pieces left over. Oh yeah, we also see there's a caterpillar nest. We gotta cut that off, throw it in the fire. I think that's what I was going in the house for, and I forgot. Of course, I'll go in there now and I'll forget about it again. But I just love it. That way is Fredericton. That is pretty well south there. East is this way. That's about south there. That's west over this way. And this is the north. And when we, in the middle of these winter, this area here, we call this the hellhole. It goes, snow drifts in there, about 3/4 of the way up the door. We got to get in there and shovel it out. And you can't put it by the fence, or the dogs will go over the top of the fence, and that'll be the end of them again. Have to go hunt them down. And they love to dig. You can't really see perhaps that hole there where that rock is on the other side of the rock. But those guys can dig. And it won't be long and I'll have to put some bird seed up there. And I don't think I'm going to buy them suet anymore. I notice they don't overly eat the stuff, and there's no sense. I can usually get them for about $1 a brick, or a block, or whatever you call them, which isn't too bad, but... And I had to add a stick just above the birdhouses because one of them broke. Excuse me. Because the wind pushed it up against something and it just broke a chunk off. Excuse me. The Amish built the two on the left, and the other two are some kind of thing you can get in town. It's made in the United States somewhere. Excuse me. Oh, I see we have a big dead branch up there. Huh. And I can't get up high enough to knock it off of there. And I like to clear off some more of these, so that when I light that up, which is a pretty big flame, and I got a weed whack around that. Gotta get some stuff done here. So let's go get some blueberries, and we'll see you folks later. And welcome to all the new subscribers. And the ones that just left, well, you'll never know what you're going to miss. There's always something happening around here. He's got 2, 4, 6. And he can only carry 4 up, and he ripped my road up. Not too happy about that. We're going to work on getting some grass seed and a bale of straw, and we'll just do it like Mike Morgan does. Except I don't have any equipment to clean it up. So the farmer's going to have to come back with his bucket, scrape it level. After those bales are gone, we'll seed it, and then we have to come up with a way to get water down there. There's a big think tank going on here now. Okay. You folks all take care now. Where did you guys go? I don't Bear, he likes to hide underneath the doghouse. They don't like the doghouse because there's only one entrance. So if Bear goes in there and Storm lays in front of the door, Bear ain't getting out. And Ice, he don't care. Excuse me. We'll take care now. Bye-bye.